Imagine working full-time, doing everything your parents told you to do, going to college, getting a job, working 40 hours every week, yet at the end of the month, you still struggle to pay your rent, buy groceries, or save money. This is the reality for millions of Gen Z Americans today. People often say, young people just don't work hard enough. But what if that's not the real problem? What if the rules of money have completely changed? In this video, we'll explore why so many young Americans feel financially trapped, what's causing it, and most importantly, what you can actually do about it. Chapter 1. The cost of living has changed. If you ask your parents how they bought their first house, many will tell you they purchased one in their 20s. Some supported an entire family with just one full-time income. Today, that sounds almost impossible. Why? Because the cost of almost everything has increased much faster than many people's incomes. Rent, groceries, gas, insurance, healthcare. Even a simple cup of coffee cost far more than it did a decade ago. Meanwhile, many young workers feel like their paychecks disappear almost as soon as they arrive. Imagine earning $3,500 a month after paying rent, utilities, transportation, food, phone bills, internet, insurance. There may not be much left to save. That's why many Gen Z workers don't feel poor because they waste money. They feel poor because basic living has become much more expensive. Chapter 2. Housing is becoming a dream for many young Americans. Buying a home feels less like a goal and more like a fantasy. Home prices in many cities have risen dramatically over the past several years. At the same time, higher mortgage interest rates have made monthly payments much more expensive for new buyers. Even renting has become difficult. In many cities, rent takes a huge portion of a young person's monthly income. Financial experts often recommend spending no more than about 30% of your income on housing, but many young adults spend far more than that. When housing becomes your biggest expense, saving money becomes much harder. Imagine paying over half your paycheck just to have a place to live. Now ask yourself, how do you save for emergencies? How do you invest? How do you prepare for retirement for millions of Gen Z workers? That's the challenge they face every single month. Transition. But expensive housing isn't the only reason Gen Z feels financially stuck. Many young adults also start their careers carrying something that previous generations often didn't have to face at the same scale: debt. And that's exactly what we'll talk about in the next part. Why Gen Z can't afford life anymore. Part 2. Student debt, inflation. Social media lifestyle. Chapter 3. The student debt problem. For many young Americans, adult life doesn't begin with savings. It begins with debt for years. Students have been told that college is the only path to success. Many graduate with valuable degrees, but they also leave school owing thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars. Imagine starting your first full-time job. Before buying your first home, before building investments, you're already making monthly loan payments. That changes everything. Instead of putting money into a savings account, many young adults are paying off old debt. Some people find high-paying jobs and manage their loans comfortably. Others struggle because their salaries don't match the cost of living. This doesn't mean college is always a bad investment. It means every education decision should be based on future earning potential, not just passion alone. The more debt you carry, the longer it usually takes to build wealth. Chapter 4. Inflation is quietly taking your money. There's another invisible reason life feels more expensive. Inflation. Inflation simply means that over time, the same amount of money buys fewer things. Think about it. A grocery trip that once cost around $80 may now cost over $120. Gas prices rise. Restaurant meals cost more. Streaming subscriptions increase. Insurance premiums go up. Even basic household products become more expensive. But here's the problem. Many salaries don't increase at the same speed. So even when someone gets a raise, they may not actually feel richer, because higher prices cancel out that extra income. This is why many Gen Z workers say, I'm earning more than ever, but somehow I have less money. The paycheck gets bigger, but purchasing power gets smaller. Chapter 5. Social media makes everything worse. Now let's talk about something people rarely mention: comparison. Every day, millions of young people open Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube and see creators traveling the world, driving luxury cars, living in expensive apartments, wearing designer clothes. It creates the feeling that everyone else is getting rich. But social media rarely shows reality. It doesn't show debt. It doesn't show failed businesses. It doesn't show years of hard work before success. Many people begin spending money just to keep up. Buying expensive phones, Luxury shoes, designer brands, not because they need them, but because they don't want to feel left behind. This is called lifestyle inflation as income increases. Spending increases even faster. Instead of building wealth, people build bigger monthly expenses. The richest looking person in the room isn't always the wealthiest. Sometimes the quiet person driving an older car, living below their means, is actually building real financial freedom. Transition. So if housing is expensive, debt slows people down, inflation reduces buying power, and social media encourage overspending. Is Gen Z completely stuck? Not necessarily. In the final part, we'll talk about what young people can actually do to improve their financial future and why there's still hope. Chapter 6. So what can Gen Z actually do? At this point, you might be thinking, if everything is getting more expensive, what can I actually do? The good news is while you can't control inflation, you can't control housing prices, and you can't control the economy, you can control your financial habits. The people who build wealth usually don't wait for the perfect economy. They adapt. The first step is simple: learn a valuable skill, whether it's video editing, programming, graphic design, sales, writing, marketing, or AI tools. Skills increase your value in the job market, and when your value increases, your income has the potential to grow to common. Chapter 7. Multiple income streams matter. For decades, one job was enough for many families. Today, that's becoming less common. Many financially successful people don't rely on just one paycheck. They build multiple income streams, for example, a full-time job, plus freelancing, plus investing, or a YouTube channel, or selling digital products. Each income stream reduces financial risk. If one slows down, another can help. This isn't about working every hour of the day. It's about creating options. The more options you have, the stronger your financial future becomes. Common. Chapter 8. Stop comparing, start building. One of the biggest financial mistakes isn't spending money, it's comparing your life to someone else's. Remember, social media shows highlights, not reality. Someone driving a luxury car may still owe years of payments. Someone living in a huge apartment may have almost nothing saved. Real wealth is often quiet. The people building wealth usually spend less than they earn. They invest consistently, they avoid unnecessary debt, and they think years ahead, not just weekends ahead. The goal isn't to look rich. The goal is to become financially free. Here's the truth: Gen Z isn't lazy. Many young people today are working hard, studying, taking extra jobs, learning new skills, and still facing challenges that previous generations didn't experience in the same way. Life has become more expensive, but that doesn't mean success is impossible. The rules have changed, which means the strategy must change too. Focus on learning, focus on earning, focus on investing, and most importantly, be patient. Wealth is rarely built in a single year. It's built through small, smart decisions repeated over time. Every dollar you save, every skill you learn, every investment you make, moves you one step closer to financial freedom. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more videos about money, finance, and self-improvement. Tell me in the comments, what do you think is the biggest financial challenge facing Gen Z today? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.